Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today where we're going to try something a little bit different. And as we try to relax and go to sleep tonight, we're going to try to play a few things through our head. The idea here is those things that we're consistently telling ourselves it's impossible. It's impossible that I'm going to be able to settle tonight because I don't deserve to settle. But why is that then? Why don't you really deserve to settle? We're just playing a few things. We need to be able to kind of consistently challenge ourselves when we are confronted with these things or thoughts in our head. Stripping it back to the bare bones of reality. It's impossible that I'm going to be able to make or unable to make friends because nobody likes me. Nobody is going to be able to put up with me. Why? It's impossible that I'm going to be able to get that job I always wanted and have aspired to get for the last 20, 30 years or however long you've been waiting for it. It's impossible that I'm going to be able to buy my own place just because everything around me is saying that's what it is. It is impossible. It's impossible that I'm going to ever be able to be happy again because that's what the people around me are like. Everybody around me seems to be so sad, so surely I'm going to be sad as well. It's impossible. It's impossible that I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning. Can you see what's going on? By consistently telling ourselves that everything is impossible, what we do is deny ourselves of every opportunity to find possibilities. And if we consistently tell ourselves that things are impossible, what we do is automatically we find evidence to back up those arguments. It's impossible that I'm not going to wake up tomorrow morning. Okay, maybe somebody has told somebody that then told somebody else, and that information fed to you that somebody didn't wake up this morning. So automatically we go into that fear of we're not going to be able to wake up this morning because somebody told me that somebody told them that a person told them. Or maybe you've just seen something in the news. Automatically we embrace this negativity and make it our truth rather than look for a way to dismantle this, make it more realistic. Are there possibilities that something like this could happen? In reality, yes, there is possibility. However, in percentage terms, what is the likeliness or likelihood of it actually happening? Again, it begins to fall apart, doesn't it? Is it possible that we're not going to be able to make friends? Of course, there's a possibility that we're not making friends at the moment. But on the contrary, what is the likelihood? And again, when we dismantle that to try and understand what it is that's going on for us, why is it that we haven't made friends already? Is it possible that we don't put ourselves in an environment where that becomes a possibility? I speak as someone that likes to be very contained when it comes to friendship and socializing. I am not so much of a huge fan. It's something I've done a lot of in my younger days, but not so much more anymore. And even at that time, it was near enough kind of forced. It felt forced. It felt like you were kind of walking with everybody else rather than something you're really, really dying to do. The thing there is that at this friendship that we are looking for, one that is going to be one that is suited for us, or one that's going to be more about presentation for the scene, to come across as though I've got 20,000 friends when in reality only one or two of them are people that really resonates and connect with me, with us. So do we need real friendship, or do we need tokenistic ones where it's all about the show? Again, when we begin to dismantle this, we then try and understand where we are likely to encounter people like this. Can we make friends by sitting in our house and not socializing? It depends what you're into, isn't it? If you're more into gaming and internet world, then you the friendship that you then have become more of this virtual friendship, isn't it? Then that's a whole different thing, then, isn't it? Real friendship comes from different areas. It could be from work, it could be from your gym membership, it could be from your um, dance group, it could be wherever it is. But again, we have to consistently try and decipher that in which we are really looking for. It takes work, basically. And if we are not willing to put in the work, then we're always going to consistently tell ourselves that we're not good enough to have those people, because the evidence so far tells us that that's the case. Is it possible that you're not going to be able to get that job that you're talking about? The job you've always wanted. Is there a possibility? Of course, there is. But in reality, what are the practical steps that we've actually taken to make that a reality? If the job requires us to have certain qualifications, have we done the legwork? If the job requires us to have a certain level of experience, have we put in the legwork? Yes, it might be a little bit difficult to get the experience, but what is it that we've actually done so far to prepare us for when that call comes? Because it does eventually come. When the call comes, what is the legwork that we've put in? Or do you want to get the call and then be left floundering and you're thinking, oh my days, I can't believe the universe has just failed me. It was never, I was never destined to be successful because I was set up. Do we want to be one of those people that would use that as a reason for not being prepared? Or do we want to be prepared? And when the opportunity comes, we can then give it our best shot. And again, does it take time? Sometimes you get one shot at it. Other times, there's every possibility that you could get a stab at it on a second occasion. Maybe the first shot was more of a tester to see how prepared you are. And it might come around again. Or maybe that just wasn't for you. What is the driving force for that thing that you've always aspired to be? Is it one that has been geared by the people around you to say, you're very good at this, so you should pursue this, or because everybody else is doing it and I need to do it? Everybody is pursuing project management, so that's the area to go into. Everybody's pursuing singing, being an artist in any sort of area, so we need to pursue that at this time. What is the driving force? Because understanding the driving force allows you to be more prepared. Being able to be book ready and being able to connect with people provides you with certain advantages. For somebody, I take this as an example, for somebody that wants to go into an environment where it requires you to be empathetic and have that genuine, caring personality and knowledge of people. If your go-to is more about being, I've read A, B, C, D, and I need to interact using those textbook, we find a lot of the time that people struggle more because you become robotic and people are able to see through that. But when you genuinely have that love and interaction with, or that love and genuineness about you, people are able to pick up on that and people are able to connect more with that. The bottom line is it possible to relax tonight as you try to get some sleep? Is it possible to just listen to this and just drift off, having a vision in your head of you going on a nice walk, imagining that you are in the seaside, on the beach, with your bare feet on the sand as you walk off, the water nice and calm, picturing what your day comes or what the day is likely to look like tomorrow. Bright, a bit of sun, not too hot. Right now, you're staring straight into the universe, and all you can see is calmness and peace. As you sit by the seaside, it's like nothing matters. Not one bit. Right now, it's just about unburdening ourselves of every storm that has been going through our head. The storm of lack of friendship, the storm of insecurity, the storm of unemployment, the storm of being unhappy with our job, our current employment, the storm of relationship, and we're just sitting there taking in nature as it was truly intended. Nature at its best. For that moment, we reset our gaze at what it is that life was truly meant to be all about. Peaceful. And for a minute, it is about making sure that we are not worrying about things that we've got no control about, because here, this very moment, we are present. We're present, and we can control now. We can control where our mind takes us. Our mind can take us towards peace, or it can take us towards the storm and the hurricane round the other end. I choose peace, because this is not the time to worry about those things that can be dealt with tomorrow. Right now is about relaxation, peace. So to make sure we're not getting distracted, what we're going to do is shut the other door where we can hear the distractions, the rumbles. We're going to shut that door, and we're going to fix our gaze. Remember, we're still at the seaside, and we are taking it all in. As we settle, we settle realizing that we have got this. And tonight's going to be a good night. We've got this because we are in control, and we can open that door again if we want to. But we're going to keep it shut tonight because we are going to sleep. And we're going to visit this again tomorrow. sleep tight and ignore the distractions.